In this video, we will take a look at one of the transformations, which is called append. Append is one of the blending modes supported by Coupler, and it is extremely simple, yet very powerful. Just like you can see on this little picture here, the way it works is based on column names. If we're blending two data sources that have matching column names, everything is put one underneath another based on those names. If there is a mismatch, it's still put below, but is offset to the right. Simple, but super powerful. It looks like this. If I were to click on the append, I will be able to select the sources that are part of my data flow and just append them together in a no-code fashion. I've already preloaded an example for us, so you can see that I'm connecting here Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google Ads. And the use case is extremely simple. I'm after a blended data set from all these three ad platforms, and I'm going after the same metrics and dimensions. So as soon as I click on all these three sources and hit append, that's exactly what the platform does for me. One thing to note here is that you can use this mode to blend virtually any kinds of data, whether it makes sense in terms of kind of relating to one another, like in my case, where I have the same metrics and dimensions being used everywhere, or even if it doesn't. So the biggest trick about this is to actually add a column, which more often than not we use the formula-based feature for, where we add a simple column called dimension source or data source or something like that, and we hard code the value to then be used as our filtering identifier in the destination. So as you can see here in Google Ads, I have this column. In LinkedIn Ads, I have this column. And in Facebook Ads, I have this column as well. So when I look at the appended data set, I'll have this dimension source because it's named equally the same in all three sources. And it's going to serve as my filter in here in this cohesive data set, showing me where the data is coming from. So then once I have it as part of my Looker Studio or Google Sheets, I can rely on this column to work with subsets of the data. And as you can imagine, even if I had two completely unique data sets like Pipedrive CRM data with Facebook advertisement data, by adding this dimension source column, I can still have one data set and then work with multiple different subsets of it in my destination. Let's take a quick look at what that ultimately would look like in something like a Looker Studio. Quick spoiler, I used our pre-built template for this just to showcase the append functionality as it leverages that by default. And the source filter that you see over here, this is actually what the dimension source column in the append mode allows us to do in this template. So I can filter it out now by LinkedIn only, and the entire template will do that because it's properly configured in the append mode and this column name. One more thing worth mentioning is that if you're appending a data source like this together, regardless whether it's the same type of data or something completely unique and different, you want to make sure that your dimension report date is also of the same name in all the sources that you are blending. So in an example of a Looker Studio with Coupler, this means that in our destinations, if we look at the date range dimension, we will have the same dimension used that works with the date filter in the report. I hope this was pretty clear, as this is an extremely straightforward transformation mode, one of the more simple ones that we have, but it's still extremely useful and can let you accomplish getting those data sets in just one piece without having to do any further blending on the destination side and just working with that with the help of filters and so on. Stay tuned for the video on the join and aggregation transformation modes.